Hello, and thanks for joining us on today's Techie Tea Party. Today, we're looking at all things YouTube. So, we'll be going through how to create your own channel, how to personalize it, uploading videos, finding videos, sharing them easily, and creating playlists. So, we'll be going through this quite quickly. So, as always, feel free to pause it, to go give it a shot, and come back to our video. So, first thing is YouTube. Why would we want to create our own channel? Well, for me, I use channels so I can really focus on a purpose for them. So it's not just everything going in one place. So, for instance, we've got the Seek Digital page where we'll be uploading tutorials, guides, videos on how to do things. And then you've also got the Southeast Improvement Collaborative page that shares experiences from events and other materials that practitioners would find useful. So that helps it not get mixed in altogether. For me, if I was in a school, chances are I may want a specific channel just for a class that I'm teaching over a year. So in that, I'll be collecting videos that are specific to our topics, what we've been learning about. We might be uploading our own videos that show our own strategies, how we do things in our class, and we might be using things like songs that we use every day in our teaching and learning. So how do we actually start by creating a channel? I come up to the top right hand corner here. I click here once I'm signed in, and I come down to settings. Then you'll see your channel and you'll see the option to add or manage your channel. So I'm going to click there. If you've not got other channels now, it will just be add a channel, and I'm going to click create a new channel. And for the purposes of this today, I'm just going to call it Mr. B Test. Just because I'm showing you how it works and giving it a little test as we're doing it. So we click create, and then straight from there, we'll be given the option to start personalizing our channel. And just to make it a little bit more to do with us, and so when people come and visit it, it'll look a little bit more impressive. So I'm going to click customize channel. I'm going to start by changing my own little icon. So I click the pencil on it. I then click edit. And then it's going to ask me to add a profile picture. So I'm going to click there. It'll then come up asking me to upload. So let's click upload. And I'm going to choose one I have downloaded just before, this one here. You'll then be asked to crop it to make it look exactly how you want it. So in this case of dragging it, we can make it smaller, bigger, however we want it. And then click set as profile photo when you're happy with it. So that is our profile picture ready. Whilst we're here, this is the about me information. If you do ever want to change the name of it, and we can also add a little bit about, so I can click add more about you, and I could add my website or add some links, but I won't worry about that just now, so I'm going to cross off that tab. The other thing is we can add some art up here, so I'm going to click add channel art. And there is a gallery on this one, so we're going to use some images that have already been created. We like the look at this one, so we just click on it, click select, and as you'll see, that's now changed what it looks like at the top. We also here have the option to add our channel description. So if I click that, I can say this is a YouTube channel for Mr. Brown and his class. And I can click done, and that's my channel all set up, ready to go. So if I click on YouTube in the top left hand corner, that'll take me back to my homepage. So the first thing we're going to show you now is how to upload a video. So from this page, it's just a case of coming up to the top where it has the little video camera, click in there, and you'll see the options of uploading a video or go live. So for this, we want to upload a video. This will then pop up, or should usually pop up, with the option of how you want to upload it. So this is going to go through a tutorial. So if this is your first time, it'll give you a tutorial to explain it. We're just going to click to the side to get rid of that. So you can see this has popped up like I expected it to. And we can either drag it in from one of our folders, or we can actually just press the select file. So I'm going to click select. And I've got a video that I've created earlier that I'm then just going to double click and click open. And now I'll start uploading this file. Whilst it's doing that, you can see at the bottom that it's processing, and it'll tell us when it's fully completed. So title, Mr. Brown's favorite book. You can add a description there telling them what it's all about. Once it's fully loaded, if you want to wait long enough, you can add a thumbnail. We've got playlists. So I'm going to click this and I'm going to click create playlist. I'm going to call it Mr. Brown's Book Club. So that means that it will now sit under there. You've then got your option here of, or was there? It might be further on now. Sorry, select. I thought I'd create that. Okay. It asks whether or not it's made for kids. So you can decide yes or no for that. For this one, I'm going to click no, even though it is. But if you click yes, it'll come up and tell you that it means the students won't get personalized ads or notifications around this video. So for the moment, I'm just going to click no. I'm going to click next. It says we can add different video elements. We don't need to worry about that at the moment. So I'm going to click next again. And this is the bit that I just wanted to stop for a wee moment and talk about. It starts with visibility. So the options here are public. So that means that everyone can see your video. They can search for it, it'll pop up, and they can access it regardless who they are. You've got unlisted, which means that still anyone can access this, but it won't come up when people search for it. So if you put that link somewhere else and people click on it, they'll be able to see the video. And the third one is private, and that means that you have to set exactly who can see that video. In general, if I'm using this in my class and I'm maybe posting links to my classroom page, I'd be more tempted to keep it as unlisted. If this was something that I wanted parents to see, maybe families, everyone in the community, if chances are it'd be a public thing. But for this, I'm going to keep it as unlisted. Underneath, you've got the option to schedule it to become public on a certain date. So maybe if you've created this video, but actually you're doing a big product launch in 3 weeks' time, you might want to do that. When you're happy with it, all you then do is click save. And that is it now published. So straight away they give me the option to get the link, so I can click that and I've got the link ready to paste wherever I want to paste it. I can embed it somewhere, so maybe if I'm making my own Google site, I can embed this into that site or onto any other websites. And you've got a whole bunch of other tools that you can use to share it. Email, if you want to send an email to someone, even yourself, you can do it that way as well. So I click close and you can see it now appears. It tells me how many views, how many comments, and it also lets me start to do things like editing if I want, looking at more deep the analytics. I can go to my visibility, I can quickly change that. So if I've made it unlisted, but now actually decide that we want it public, I can now publish it as public like that as well. So that's all within the studio. So that was a very quick overview of how you upload a video. So to get back to my YouTube, I'm just going to see if I can click up here. That might not work. Let's actually fully type in YouTube again, and we'll go the long way around. So the next thing on our list was how to find specific videos. So most people will know that you just search at the top. So if we're looking at the Gruffalo in class, I can type in Gruffalo. Obviously, keywords play a large element here, as in if I was looking for a specific person to read it, I could add that word in. What people maybe spend less time looking at is at the top here, you can see we've got filters. So maybe if I'm looking at something that's really current and up to date, the first place I'd start is looking at the upload date. So for this, I want in the last year. So it's something that's quite recent. Videos, you can choose whether you want a whole playlist or whether you have channels, depending on what you're after. Duration, and depending on what you've searched for, you might get more options here. For me, I just want it to be a short video, don't want it to be long. And then you've got how you sort it. So for me, most of the time I go with relevance. You might go for upload date if it's something that's just came up, or maybe you want to see what is the most recent information around that. That might be an option. And you've also got the option of looking at ratings and view counts, which might be useful if you're wanting to have a discussion with your class around which videos do you think's best about this topic. Isn't it interesting that one's got the highest rating? Oh, but most people have looked at that one. There's a lot of discussion you could have there. But in theory, that should let us find videos that are of most use for us. So for instance, if I really like that Gruffalo song, I can click on it, and as you can see, it starts popping up. So the next thing was talking about how we share these videos. So one way we can share it is simply by taking this at the top. copying this link, posting it somewhere else. Nice, quick, easy way of sharing videos. The other option is we come down here to where it says share and we click on it. And again, we're back to these options of different ways that we can share them. So we might want to click email. And what that'll then do is, as you can see, it takes me to Gmail, ready to send this email to someone else. Really useful if maybe you're having a look and you're thinking, that might be really useful, this might be just what we're looking for. This might be the way to go, and you can see it just comes up with a link there posted to it. I'm going to click back to go back just now. The other thing to point you to, often with videos, there might only be a specific part that you want to share with your class. You maybe don't need the whole thing. So you might instead decide to click share and then click start at and choose the time. So actually, we wanted to start at the 1 minute, 10 seconds mark. And you can see that that's changed what the link looks like. Another thing I'd point out is, I know I mentioned embedding before, but if you click embed, that then gives you a link that you can easily copy and paste onto any sites you're creating, and it'll embed them in there. You've got the options to decide whether you want to show player controls or not as well. So that's a good way of sharing videos. The next thing we had was creating playlists. So if I'm maybe introducing something new like Google Sites, I might decide that I want to create a little playlist that shows people how to do this. So one way I can do that is on my search screen. I can click the 3 dots and I can click Save to Playlist. I want to create a new playlist, so I'm going to click that and I'm going to say Google Sites. Again, you'll see underneath we've got the option of if we want to make it public, unlisted, or private. So for the moment, I'm going to click public and I'm going to click create. So now that's been added to my Google Sites playlist. Again, I might decide, oh, well, I know that Google Sites has changed a bit recently, so I only want it within the last year. Then we might click on a video, we might watch it, we might decide, yep, that's a really good video, I really like that, I want that added to my playlist. So all I'm going to do is come over to where it says save and choose where it wants to go. A little notification will come up to say it's been added in the bottom left. You might not see it because my tools might be hiding it just there, but that tells me that it's been added to it. So I can then go back to my playlist. I might want to check another video. Again, I might decide, do you know what? I don't want long videos. I just want nice short videos for this. There's one that lasts 90 seconds. That sounds great.